Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to create a financial calculator using Google's IDE, which is Antigravity. In one video we created AI code reviewer using Antigravity and Stitch. So in this video we are just going to use Antigravity to create an fully functional financial calculator. So first open up the terminal and I'll go into the folder in which I want to create my project. So I'm in the folder in which I want to create my project, and we are going to create a next.js project. So npx create next app financial calculator, and then it will ask for the options. So I'm going to say no, you reuse the previous settings. So I'm going to reuse the previous settings, and those settings are the same which we used in the video of AI code reviewer. You can use Stitch again to generate UIs, but right now we are not going to generate UIs and then upload it to Antigravity and tell it to make it the same. We are just going to tell Antigravity to make an financial calculator, and right now we can use Gemini 3 Pro on high, on low, also Gemini 3 Flash, and also the Claude Opus. So I prefer using Claude Opus and Gemini 3 Pro. So these two are one of the best models right now, but still I prefer using Claude Opus because it's more like it does the work more accurate than Gemini 3 Pro. Now the folder is ready. I'm going to open it in new anti-gravity window. Now it's open. Now the agent is loading. Once this anti-gravity agent loads, yes, now it's done. Select Claude Opus 4.5. You can use Gemini 3 if you want to, but I am right now using Claude Opus. And here type in hello, create an fully functional financial calculator with modern UI. Use lucid icons for the icons and use framer motion for the motions and animations. Enter. Now I'll tell you what is framer motion and lucid icons. So we'll just go to Google, and here we will see lucid icons. So lucid icons is a library. The name of the library is lucid react, and lucid icons are these are the type of icons which are very minimal and look professional. So there are around thousands of icons for different categories like accessibility, accounts, animals, arrows, brands, building charts. There are different icons for different categories. You can use them, and then you can also download them. When you click on see in action, then you can download them, and you can also see the code. Like in HTML you can use it like this, in React like this, in Vue like this, in Svelte like this, in Preact like this, in Solid like this, in Angular like this, in Icon font like this. Okay, it's showing me that it has a review. So it created an implementation plan. So first it will install lucid react and framer motion, then it will create the design system, which means it will modify the globals.css file, then it creates a types.ts file for type definitions, and then card, and then input, and then button, then tabs, and then alone calculator, SIP, compound interest, simple, tax, ROI, currency, and then the layout of the main application and the home page. So you can type here that proceed with the given plan, and you can just press enter. So this is the lucid icons, and now we will see what is framer motion. So framer motion is also Okay, now it's asking us to install the Lucid React and frame a motion, so just click on accept. If I click on relocate, you can see the terminal gets relocated here. It also shows here, but it also relocates here, so you can view it in like clearly. The packages have been installed. When you go to package.json, you can see frame of motion and Lucid React have been added. Now it will go to the next step, which is modifying the globals.css, and it has also created a task. First the setup and dependencies, then the core component, then the calculator modules, then the main application, then the verification. Now it's creating the types.ts file, as you can see, loan result, SIP result. Then it created the card file, and then next I guess it will create the input file. Yes, and then now it will create the button file and then tabs file. So the button file is ready, and there is an error in the button file here, so it will fix that error. And then tabs file, the almost half of the implementation plan is done. Now the calculator components are remaining, which is loan calculator, SIP calculator, compound interest, simple interest, tax, ROI, currency. Now it will create all these calculator components, and we will fix the error at the last in the button.tsx. Now you can see it created the loan calculator, and now next will be the SIP one. Now we were seeing what is frame of motion. So like it's basically motion for React. It helps us adding animations. So if we go to examples, okay, it's not showing. Wait a minute. Why motion? Yeah, motion examples. So now you can see you can create a spring motion like this, I guess. Yes, and then there are different things which we can create, like reorder animation like this. You can create all this using frame of motion, and then motion along the path. You can see we can create all this kind of stuff using frame of motion package. Right now it's not going to create all this advanced stuff, but it will use basic effects like transition, like the transition effects, and then it will use the gesture effects. Like you can see when I hover over it, it becomes big, and then you can see the enter animation. It's loading, you can see it pops out. So right now it will use these kind of basic animations. Okay, now you can see all the calculator components are done, and these are the exchange rate, and these exchange rates are mock exchange rate. In production you can use an API, and I will suggest you the APIs. So the suggested API are the currency API. Here you can use the live exchange rates. Now it's telling us to start the development server and testing the application. Reject this and click on accept all, and open up the terminal and do it by yourself. Npm run dev and click on the local host. First I'll show you the currency API, then we can, yeah, so when you log in into currency API, so there are I guess 300 requests free, and we get 10 per minute. If you want advanced plan, you can use those like $10 a month, $40 a month. You get in $10 you get 15,000 requests per month, but in the free 300 API requests are there per month. And now you can see our financial calculator is ready. but still there is an error in the button file. So what I can do is I can do @files, and then in this button.txx fix the error. Until it fixes the error, let's see. As you can see, using framer motion, it has added animations. So if I click on calculate EMI, you can see the monthly EMI, the principal, the total interest rate. If I create SIP, the total invested, the wealth gain, and the future value. And you can also see the compound interest, simple interest. You can see the tax. So it's using India's tax regime. Then ROI, then currency, USD to INR. So $1,000 equals to 83,120 rupees. So if you can switch it, so now 1000 rupees will be $12 3 cents 03 cents. And now you can see build with Next.js, frame emotion, and lucid icon. Now it has also fixed the button error. Now you can also tell it that make the app responsive for all types of devices. So right now if we inspect, you can see it's not like it is responsive, but it's not fully responsive. So that prompt will make this app fully responsive for all types of devices. No matter on which device you open this app, it will get adjusted according to the size. And we can also change the color theme. So if you go to coolers.com, here we can explore color palettes and tell Antigravity to use that color palette. So I guess we should use a very very light and dark, like black and white for this. So you can choose any of which you want, but I'm going to go with this light steel color palette. So what I can do is I can copy as array, and then I can paste it here. Right now it's still doing some changes. I'll tell it use this color palette for the whole app, and right now it's making the app responsive for all types of devices. Let's see. As you can see right now that all the icons are on the same line and everything is getting fitted on like one screen. First I had to scroll down to see this text that built with Next.js, but right now I don't need to scroll only for exchange rate because the input is big. And I guess it is still doing some changes. I'll accept all. Yes, it is still doing some changes. We'll wait for it. And we can also tell which font to use. We will ask it to use Poppins font. Now it's changing the currency converter. I guess it's done now because currency converter was the last component which it created. Let's see. Yeah, you can see now I don't need to even scroll to see the footer. See. Now what I can do is, Now it's finalizing the responsive CSS and the main page updates. This takes a bit of time. Until then, what we can do is we can go to Google Fonts and we can also explore fonts which we want to use. But right now, the font which I have in mind is the Poppins font, which is this. You can use the type tester, we can remove all this. Yeah, and you can see hello world 1 2 3 4. So we can use this font. Otherwise we have Inter font, but I guess Poppins would be the best. Okay, now it's allowing me, like asking me to to allow it to test on its own. When it asks like this, you can allow it, but I don't usually allow it. I test it on my own. So I deny this and I stop this and I tell him that don't continue, but don't verify the changes on your own. I will do it manually. I prefer doing it manually. You can allow it and then it will open up a Chrome tab and then it checks, reads data on that Chrome tab and checks whether there are any errors. Now we can also tell it to use this color palette for the whole app, and we will then use Poppins font for the whole app. Now let's see. Yes, calculate EMI. Then this is SIP, this is compound, this is simple, this is tax, this is ROI, and this is currency. I guess we can change currencies. So let's use Great Britain pound to USD and convert. Okay, £1,000 equals to $1,265. And then I can also see the ROI. Okay, yeah, now it's changing the color theme. You can see the color of the button is changed. This also has been changed. It's slowly changing the whole color scheme. First it has edited the card, input, button, tabs, page. Now it's editing the page. Yes, you can see right now it's following the theme which I provided. And then we will also add an option to change the default currency. Right now the default currency is rupees. Then the user can select according to their country which currency to use. It's still changing, color palette changes. Yes, you can see it has also changed the icons and everything, and it's following the updated color theme. It changed for the SIP, changed for the loan. Now it's remaining for, no, compound is also changed. Now it will change for simple interest and then it will change for tax. Okay, it's done for simple also. Now for tax, ROI and currency. Tax is also done. Now it's doing ROI, and then it will do the currency. And you can see here there is no animation, but if I view it in normal, you can see there is an animation. So it adjusted according to the device size. Okay, now the color theme is updated. What I can do is click on accept all, and then I can see the whole color theme is changed. And now I have told it to use Poppins font for the whole app, and also allow the user to select the default currency to use. Now first it will implement Poppins font for the whole app. Right now I'm going to close all these tabs, because even if I close them right now, if it wants to make any changes, it will open it again. As you can see, I closed the layout.tsx, but it wanted to make some changes there, so it opened it automatically. And now I still can't see Poppins font. Okay, it's still okay. Only for the final amount it's showing green, because there is a profit there. Now if I put this as 45, okay. If I face any loss, then it's showing me like this. But I still can't see the Poppins font, so I'll tell it that it's still not showing me the Poppins font. And now it also created a currency selector component. Now you can see the currency. If I do it Great Britain, it will change for all of them, but right now it's not implemented that. It has just created a currency selector. Okay, now if I do on euro, now you can see everything is in euro. Only for loan it has done it. Now slowly it will do for all the sections. Now if I do Australian dollar, then it will be Australian dollar everywhere. If I do pounds, then it will be pound. And also it has done for SIP, for compound interest. It has to do for simple, tax, ROI, and currency. Okay, I guess it has done to simple also. Yes. Now remaining is tax, ROI, and currency. We will see how does this look here. Okay, it has done for tax also. Now the remain. Okay, it has done for ROI also. Now only currency converter, I guess it won't do, because in currency converter we are selecting the currency on our own and then we are converting it. So for that we don't need a default currency, and then we have to accept all the changes and then we can close this. But we still don't have the Poppins font, so I can tell it that I can't see that you have used Poppins font for the whole app, so please implement it. Now it will fix the error if there are any error. Okay, we can ignore this error in the console. It's a hydration error. Right now we can ignore it. I see the issue, the CSS variable. Okay, it has figured out the issue. Okay, yeah, now it's using the Poppins font. Yes, now it's looking good. Now the whole app is looking good, and it will look on any device like this only. It's using Poppins font. No matter which device, it will use Poppins font. You can make changes of your own if you want. You can use the currency API to get the live currency exchange rates. If you want to deploy this app, you can go to currency API, use the free one. I guess 300 API requests per month is enough. As this is a hobby project, you can use this. If you are making a serious project, then you can purchase the 15,000 API requests per month plan, or the 6 lakh API requests per plan. And if you are looking for any custom plan, then you can also get them there. And there is also documentation available, so you can see here currencies and point. Then you can see the exchange rates, and you can also get the latest exchange rates and use that in your code. And you can see it's also shows a tutorial how to create a JavaScript currency converter. Then first it creates an app, then it uses this code. So it shows basically how to create it, and it also shows how to create in Python the same currency converter. It also shows in Java, C sharp, and then Golang. It shows in every popular language, and it shows in Vue.js how to create this. So you can come to this documentation and learn on your own, or you can use these tutorials as a help to make it. So in this video we learned how to make a fully functional tool using Google's Antigravity. And in Google Antigravity we use the model Claude Opus 4.5. It's your choice, you can use Gemini 3 Pro, but I prefer Claude Opus 4.5 as it is more accurate and it's more efficient than Gemini 3 Pro. So if you like this video, then please hit the like button, and if you like such kind of content related to AI, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.